Do any of you remember those Starvista Entertainment Time Life infomercials?
The following is a paid advertisement from Starvista Entertainment and Time Life.
I have referenced this particular infomercial for a long time now, and I feel like the time has finally come to talk more in depth about it. So to give you all context, when I was a very young kid, I remember I would stay up late, because of course I did, and I would watch a lot of the late night infomercials. I saw a lot of iconic ones like the Magic Bullet, I remember a lot. A lot of the cooking stuff mainly that caught my attention. And just out of whim, I came across this particular one, and it was basically advertising this compilation of a bunch of love songs.
Intimate moments, cherished memories, unforgettable romances. The language of love can be spoken in many ways.
And the whole thing wasn't even that flashy, honestly. You just had these two soap opera actors promoting it, and then every once in a while they'll cut to the actual commercial part of things. But the thing that always caught my attention was the music itself. They would only play snippets of songs, but those little snippets were enough to keep me engaged the entire time. And for some reason, I got really obsessed with this. Every time it would come on, I would always make sure I'm watching it, because I was just liking the music of things. So in some weird way, this infomercial was kind of the first step in my journey into like older music. Of course, it's a lot of pop stuff, not a lot of rock, but I know I would investigate other Time Life infomercials. They had a compilation for classic rock. I know they have one for like 50s soul or 60s soul and countless others, but it was always this one, and that is the Power of Love compilation.
Every CD in the Power of Love collection is filled with great songs and great memories. If you order now, you can own the entire collection of 8 CDs for just 5 easy payments of $29.99.
And so now in 2025, I'm now thinking to myself, how many of these songs from this compilation do I have in my collection? And that's what I'm going to figure out. So I know they had a website back in the day, but for some reason I can't find it. I don't know if it's debunked or whatever, but I did find this thing on Discogs that's kind of has a listing for it. But it has the entire track listing, and we're just going to go through each song and let's see if I own it in my collection. So it should be kind of interesting. And so in the comments below, let me know if you remember these infomercials, and also let me know if you ever bought these. I'm kind of curious how many actually did. Okay, so now we're back to Discogs, and as you can see, it has the entire track listing of every single disc. It's an 8-disc pack, but I think if I remember correctly, if you bought it in a certain amount of time, it actually came with a bonus.
Call in the next 18 minutes and we'll pay your shipping and handling. When you order with your credit card, we'll also send you absolutely free a bonus CD with 18 of the most feel-good love songs ever.
And that's what this is at the very bottom. So we're going to start from the very beginning, and let's just list out every song, and I'll tell you if I own it or not. And as we go, I'll have a little counter somewhere, and we'll keep track. I don't know how many songs are there in total. I'll do that in post. Alright, so now let's jump into it. So we're starting with disc 1, and the first song they ever show is Chicago, You're the Inspiration, which I do own. It's on Chicago 17. That was like one of my favorite songs. Next up we have Rod Stewart, Have I Told You Lately, which is a early 90s Rod Stewart song, and I do own it. I forgot the name of the album, but of course I'll show it each time we go through these. But I do remember I own it. It's a Van Morrison cover, if I remember correctly. Track 3, we have Foreigner, I Want to Know What Love Is. Of course, I own that too. And yeah, excellent power ballad. Love it. Then we have Joe Cocker, You Are So Beautiful, which I think I own. I think it's on a compilation I have of Joe Cocker. Okay, then we have Natalie Cole and Nat King Cole with Unforgettable, which again, I do own. Nita Baker, Giving You the Best That I Got, which I believe I do not own. So that's the first one I know we don't have. Then we have Luther Vandross. Hopefully I said that right, but Here and Now I know I don't own. So that's another one. Okay, then we have track 8 with Stuck on You, which I do own. That was on the Can't Slow Down album.
Great album, Lois. Great album. I didn't know who I was until I heard this album.
And now we have Kenny Rogers with Lady, which unfortunately I do not own that either because I don't own any Kenny Rogers, which is something I should think about. Anne Murray, Could I Have This Dance? Nope. Debbie Boone with You Light Up My Life? Nope, don't have that one. Larry Graham, One in a Million? Nope. Okay, we're kind of having a little losing streak here already. All for One, which was a boy band from the 90s, if I remember correctly, with I Swear, don't have it. Richard Marx, Right Here Waiting, I do have, and I just recently bought the album, Repeat Offender, it was originally on. Linda Ronstadt with James Ingram with Somewhere Out There, don't own. Taylor Dane, I'll Always Love You, which I do have. I have practically 2 Taylor Dane albums. I don't know why, but I do have it. I think that's on her debut, if I remember correctly. The Stylistics, You Make Me Feel Brand New. Nope. And Percy Sledge, When a Man Loves a Woman. Classic song, but no, I do not have in my collection. So I think we have a good portion of these songs on disc 1. As we go through each disc, let's quickly recap what is the score so far. So here is after going through disc 1. Funny enough, it's called You're the Inspiration, which is the first song, which I wonder if that's going to be a theme. And going to disc 2, and as you can see, they do not carry on the theme, because now the disc is called How Much I Feel, but the first song is Foreigner, Waiting for a Girl Like You. So, wish it was kind of consistent with that, but that's whatever. We're not talking about that. Any case, so Foreigner, Waiting for a Girl Like You, of course, on Foreigner 4. Love that song too. I have it on vinyl and CD. Fleetwood Mac, Say You Love Me, of course, on the self-titled album, which I do own. Rod Stewart, Tonight's the Night, Gonna Be Alright. From the, I know it was from an album from 76, which I do own. I think it's Night on the Town. Anita Baker, Sweet Love, which I do, in fact, that one I do know I have because that's on the Rapture album. Patty Austin and James Ingram with Baby Come to Me, no, I don't have. Linda Ronstadt and Aaron Neville, don't know much, nope. James Ingram, I don't have The Heart, which is a no. A lot of James Ingram appearing, which what I've noticed. But any case, Ambrosia, How Much I Feel, which is a great song, and I do have it in my collection. Love it. My favorite Ambrosia song. Bread, Make It With You, which I don't own any bread. I mean, I have bread in my cupboard, but not on CD, unfortunately. England Dan and John Ford Colley, I'd Really Love to See You Tonight. No, I don't own. Leanne Rimes, How Do I Love, which I have on a compilation, and that's a really good song. I really enjoy that track quite a bit. Kenny Rogers, She Believes in Me. Again, I don't own any Kenny Rogers, so no, I don't. Got some Hall & Oates with Kiss on my list, which is my collection. I don't know if I have the album it's on, but I know it's on a compilation, so it is in my collection. Natalie Cole, Miss You Like Crazy, which I don't own, it's not in the collection. Taylor Dane, Love Will Lead You Back, which I do have, it's on her second album, I think. Then we have Survivor, The Search Is Over, which it actually might be a surprise to some because I actually don't have any Survivor in the collection, which is something I really want to fix someday. But in any case, moving on. Genesis, Into Deep, of course from Invisible Touch, and of course I have that. I love Invisible Touch. I don't care what the prog snobs say. And keeping on the Genesis theme, I guess, we have Mike and the Mechanics with The Living Years, which great song, but sadly I don't own. So again, it's kind of a similar boat with the first disc. There are some songs I have, some songs I don't. Since we finished disc 2, here is the score currently. Now we move on to disc 3, Never Gonna Let You Go. First up we have Elton John, Your Song, of course the song from his self-titled album from 1970. Yes, I do have it. Kool and the Gang, Cherish. I don't own any Kool and the Gang, which might be a shock for some. But then we pick it up again with Lionel Richie with Hello, which is another song from Can't Slow Down, which I already said I have, so there you go. Smokey Robinson, Being With You, I don't own. The Temptations, Just My Imagination, I might have in my collection. I can't remember, I'll double check. Diana Ross and Lionel Richie with Endless Love, I don't have. Commodores, 3 Times a Lady I don't have. Sergio Mendes, Never Gonna Let You Go I don't have. Captain Antonil, Do That To Me One More Time, again I don't own. Cat Stevens, Morning Has Broken, I don't own. Now this is probably the longest stretch of not owning so far. But then we have Jim Croce, Time in the Bottle from his album You Don't Go Messing With Jim, and I do have it, so at least we got something here. Olivia Newton-John with Have You Never Been Mellow, again don't have any other Olivia Newton-John, but we have Vanessa Williams with Save the Best for Last, and I have the album. It's from this album, The Comfort Zone. I love that song, one of my favorite ballads of the 90s, I will say. Amy Grant, That's What Love Is For, I don't have. Boys to Men, another boy band, but I don't have any of that. But Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warren's Up Where We Belong, great ballad again, and it is on a Joe Cocker compilation I do own, so I know for a fact I have that one. Then we have Styx, Babe, which is another lovely ballad, and I do have it, of course, on the Cornerstone album. And finishing off this disc, we have Samantha Sang with Emotion. Now, I don't own that version, but I do own a Bee Gees compilation where they do have that song, because the Bee Gees wrote the song originally. So I guess we won't count it because it's not that particular version, but I have a version of the song. Alright, we have finished Disc 3, and here is the score currently. Disc 4, Truly. Starting off with Steve Winwood with Back in the High Life Again, and I have the album on CD, so I do have that one. Chris D. Berg? I don't know how to say it, but The Lady in Red, I don't own that one, so there you go. Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. Classic love track, if you know what I mean. And I do have it, so there's another one. Barry White, Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Babe, don't have it. Player, Baby Come Back, another great song, but I don't have it. Neil Sedaka, Laughter in the Rain, nope. Stevie Wonder, My Sherry Amore, I have Stevie Wonder, but I don't have the album it's on, so that's a no. Lionel Richie, Truly, the first Lionel Richie song. Well, then again, I don't have Endless Love, but I don't own Truly on CD, unfortunately. David Soul, Don't Give Up on Us, don't have it. Diana Ross, Touch Me in the Morning, I don't have. Maureen McGovern, The Morning After, I don't have. Another Anne Marie song with You Needed Me, which I don't have. Olivia Newton-John, I Honestly Love You, I don't have. Captain and Tennille, Love Will Keep Us Together. Well, I don't have that, but I have Love Will Tear Us Apart. Love will tear us apart again. But that's not the song, we're moving on. Elton John, Candle in the Winds, which I have on both CD and record because it was on the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road album. Then we have Jim Croce, once again, with I'll Have to Say I Love You in a Song, and I don't think I own that one. The CD does close on a bang with the Moody Blues, Nights in White Satin. I'm actually shocked it's actually on here, really, because it's more of a prog type of song, but Nights in White Satin, great song. It was off the Days of Future Past. Took me a second, but there we go. But that is it. That is Disc 4. And here's the score now. Disc 5, To Love Somebody. Starting off with Sexual Healing from Marvin Gaye, which I don't have. But the Pointer Sisters Fire I do have on a compilation. So I do have that. Bill Withers, Lean on Me. Lovely song. And that is on a compilation I have. Bread, Baby, I'm a What You? That's a weird ass title. But I don't, like I said, I don't have any bread. But so there you go. Charlie Rich, The Most Beautiful Girl, I don't have. Dolly Parton, Here You Come Again, I don't have. Another Anne Murray song, Danny's song, which again I don't have. Dan Fogelberg, Longer, nope. John Denver, I'm sorry, I have some John Denver, but I don't think I have that song. Mary McGregor, Torn Between Two Lovers, no. Climax. Wow, we're talking about power of love right now. But no, I don't have the song Precious and Few. Paul Davis, I Go Crazy, no. Robert John, Sad Eyes, I'm going to say no, but I could be wrong, I'll double check. Michael Bolton, To Love Somebody, I don't think I have on CD. I have Michael Bolton, but I don't think I have the album that's on. This guy, I always mispronounce his name. Egelberg Helperdink. I butchered that, I know for a fact, but After the Loving I don't have. Johnny Matthias and Denise Williams, Too Much, Too Little, Too Late I don't have. Maxie Nightingale, Lead Me On, and closes out with Always on My Mind by Willie Nelson, which I'm pretty sure I don't have. So disc 5, definitely the one I probably have the least songs of. But as always, here is the score now. Disc 6, Anything for You. We have Celine Dion, The Power of Love, which I should have. I have a compilation, and it should be there, so we'll say yes for now. Oleta Adams, Get Here, nope. Mariah Carey, Vision of Love, probably not. I know I don't have Heartlight by Neil Diamond, but I do have How Am I Supposed to Love You by Michael Bolton. I have that on a CD. Phil Collins, Groovy Kind of Love, I have on a compilation. Billy Joel, This Is the Time, which I believe is on the, what was it called? The Bridge album, and I don't have it, so that's a no. Gloria Estefan, Anything for You is a no. REO Speedwagon, Can't Fight This Feeling, I do have. It was on Wheels Are Turnin'. Then we have Hearts, These Dreams, which I do have. It's on the self-titled album. Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper, I own. Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart, which I do not. I have no Bonnie Tyler. Dan Hill and Vonda Shepherd? Something like that. Can't We Try? Nope. Paul Young, Every Time You Go Away is a no. Jack Wagner, All I Need is a no. The Doobie Brothers, What a Fool Believes, I do have on a CD. Harold Melvin and the Blues Notes, If You Don't Know Me by Now, nope. The 3 Degrees, When Will I See You Again is a no. And that concludes disc 6, so now we have this score. Okay, we're nearly there, we're on disc 7, and it's interesting how disc 7 and 8 are the same title, but you have I've Had the Time of My Life 1 and Time of My Life 2. I have no idea if that's on the original set. But any case, moving on, disc 7 starts with Whitney Houston, Greatest Love of All, which I believe is on her debut album, which I do have. Air Supply, The One That You Love, and I have no Air Supply in my collection. Pablo Bryson, if you're in my arms again, sadly no. That's a good song though, I have heard that song. Harry Nilsson, Without You, and I do have it on the Nilsson Schmilsson album. Of course, rest in peace to Harry Nilsson, and of course, rest in peace to, I know we lost Joey Mullins recently, so rest in peace, Badfinger. Pointer Sisters, Slow Hand, which is on that same compilation I have, so that's a yes there. Barry Manilow, I have a compilation. I can't remember if that song is on there, so we'll see. Billy Ocean, I know I don't have any songs from him, so that's a no. John Denver, which I do have. That's on the, I think it's on the Poems, Prayers, and Promises CD, so that's a yes. Christopher Cross, Sailing, it's another yes. Eric Carmen, All By Myself, which I don't have that one. Melissa Manchester, Midnight Blues, and no. And same with James Taylor, Don't Let Me Be Alone Tonight. I'm pretty sure I don't have that one. And now here's the score currently. And now going right into disc 8, starting off with Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton with Islands in the Stream, which I don't have. Ray Parker Jr. and Ray Radio. I don't know that person, so therefore I don't have it. Same with Gino Vanelli, Living Inside Myself. Don't know what to make of that, but any case. Tony Braxton on Break My Heart, I don't have. Gladys Knight and the Pips, Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me, another no. Kenny G, Songbirds, a no, which is funny because they actually would play that song in the background of the infomercial if you listen closely.
We're here to tell you today about a brand new music collection from Time Life.
We have Aretha Franklin and George Michael, I Knew You Were Waiting For Me, and that's a great duet, by the way. If you've not heard Aretha Franklin and George Michael, that duet, that is a great 80s pop song, but sadly I don't have it, so we're moving on. Then we have Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes, I've Had the Time of My Life, which I recently just bought. It's on the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. Next we have another Hall & Oates song with Sarah Smile, which I do have as well. Dionne Warwick, I'll Never Love This Way Again, and I don't have any Dion's, unfortunately. Same with Gary Wright's Dreamweaver, which I don't own. But I do have Ambrosia's Biggest Part of Me, which was on the 1980 album 180. So there it is. And now we have our new score right here. So that's basically the main set, but as stated in the beginning,
When you order with your credit card, we'll also send you absolutely free a bonus CD with 18 of the most feel-good love songs ever.
so now we're talking about the Feeling Good disc. Starting off, we have Phil Collins' You Can't Hurry Love, which I have. And we have Aha, Take On Me, and that is another one I have on CD. And this, I don't know why it says Mick Fleetwood, it's supposed to be Fleetwood Mac, but Little Eyes, of course, I have that one as well. Chicago, Look Away, and I have that one on a compilation. So far we're doing pretty good. Michael McDonald, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, I don't have that version. So we had a good streak going, but now it's gone. John Parr, Saint Elmo's Fire, Man in Motion, nope. Starship, Never Gonna Stop Us Now, I do have. It's on a compilation. Richard Marx, Should Have Known Better, I don't think I own. Steve Winwood, Higher Love, I do have it. It's on the same album as Back in the High Life Again. Mr. Broken Wings, I don't have. Irene Sarah or Kara with Flashdance, I don't have. Eric Carmen, Hungry Eyes, I think I do have it. I think it was on the Footloose soundtrack, if I remember correctly. Genesis, Invisible Touch, of course I have that one. Smokey Robinson, Just to See Her, I don't have. John Waits, I have. It's funny because I do have The Babies with John Waits, but in terms of Missing You, no, I don't have it. Vanessa Williams, You Are Everything, I'm pretty sure I don't have. Michael Bolton, How Can We Be Lovers, I do have. Great song, one of my favorite Michael Bolton songs. And then it all closes up with Wilson Phillips, You're in Love, which I do own. Well, there you have it. We have gone through every single song from this entire CD compilation set. And after all that, here is the final score. And I'll also throw in the percentage on how much I own. So, again, just going off the top of my head, I feel like I got a good chunk of it. Still, going through all the songs on here, it's a pretty decent compilation. You get a good variety of different decades. You have some 60s stuff, a little bit of that, some 70s, some 80s, you even get some 90s. And so I think it's a pretty decent set, I will say. Would I have bought it? Probably not, personally. But that's what the comments are for. So if you want to try and get your hands on it, let me know in the comments. And you can let me know your overall thoughts on the compilation as well. And how many of these songs do you have in your collection? I'm curious on that one too. But I think that's gonna do it for this video. Just a fun, dumb idea here. But other than that, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye for now.
The preceding was a paid advertisement from Starvista Entertainment and Time Life.